Back. It just stopped. I did a quick reset, and we're still going, team. Not like last time where our laptop crapped itself. This time it just stopped streaming. So I've had to restart it. And look, this was expected. This was expected. So 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 that's a question. Can you join? Can you join YouTubes together? There's a question. Hey, Nina. Yes, it was a what stopped then? Um, so I think the last time what happened was OBS crashed. This time YouTube crashed, and but because OBS, so it was just the yellow line. The yellow line was there, and it just literally stopped. So I restarted it, and we're still going. So we're cool. I was expecting this. Um, but the weather's good now. The weather is good, and this section of road's really nice. Well, at least you know it isn't anything we're doing. No, no, no. You're good. You're good. Nah, Nina, you're awesome. You're going to be going soon, though, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, you'll pop in later. And, well, fingers crossed. I might have to restart the stream a few times. You might pop your head in later and see there's like 6 or 7 different versions of the stream. Whatever. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and chat to you later. Yeah, Maxi, back, mate. Yeah, it's pretty flat through here. The road is good. The weather is now good. I tell you what, if my antenna mounted on the roof, we'll see. We'll see how waterproof it is when we get to the other end. If we're I mean, it's a sealed unit. I mean, it's an antenna. It's supposed to be waterproof, or at least weatherproof. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I know that the only planes guys bring the weather radar widget up on the screen. I didn't think I'd need one, but maybe I do. I definitely would like a GPS widget. That's definitely something we can work on moving forward as a channel. And I really do want to work in with the only Planes boys, because they've been doing their stream now for 2 years, and they've got an awesome setup. I want to start getting some emojis sorted out, so that when we get the membership happening and people can become members, and we've got a whole bunch of emojis ready to go. I know Maddie's really good at that. And also, we're not really a competing YouTube channel. Like, we're not really a competing live stream. I'm trying not to live stream, or at least overlap too much, because even I enjoy watching the live stream from the airport. So yeah, Nina, thank you. Crazy drive as well. We've already had a couple of them today, but I need to go and enjoy your day, mate. Yes, the only Planes guys I I want them to come for a drive. Once I'm set up in a vehicle that can occupy more than two people, because the two cars I've been using, obviously my Lexus, it doesn't actually have a back seat. The back seat was very disgusting when I got it. It was supposed to be off-white leather interior, but when I got it, it's a very yellowy colour, and there's lots of urine stains from kids in booster seats and stuff. So I'm still yet to decide if I can get a really nice second-hand set of leather seats for the ISF. I'll put that. I'll grab that. One come up, but it was in Perth. Didn't. I mean, it's a really good reason to go to Perth, and it was reasonably priced as well, but wasn't the right time. Anyway, the other idea for the Lexus is to keep the back seat out of it, put a half roll cage in it, turn it into a street track car, and have it re-registered as a two-seater. Kind of like a Porsche GT3 RS or the BMW M3 GTR, I think it was called, something like that, was a two-seater. There's a few high-end cars out there that don't have, or have had their back seats removed to have a half roll cage put in. So that might be an option. We will see. I think I might try something. So my friend Ototo, I'll try this, Nina, before you go, considering you just bought one of his t-shirts and then I accidentally left it in his car yesterday, but I'll have it for you next time I see you. I'm going to try and play one of his songs. Now, I've got permission verbally from him to be able to play this song. However, YouTube doesn't know that. So I've tried this before with Tezza and it was blank. So I'm going to try and play a song, and if it blanks it out, it's a YouTube copyright thing. But there's not a lot happening here. So I'm going to play this song. It's going to be on the stereo in the car. So I don't even know if you should be able to hear it. I'll turn it up loud. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we get we'll see if it ends up blank or if it comes across. I got to turn it up first. And that was Ototo. And I don't know what this song is, so I better stop. Oh, that was Ototo with You and I. Ototo is a watcher of the channel, a subscriber of the channel. And hopefully we'll get to catch up with him later. There was a little bit of a blank in there. I'm going to turn that down. There was a little bit of a blank in there because I realised very YouTube and watch a YouTube live stream at the same time. Well, not watch it, but like have it running. Yeah. So there was a little lull in the song, but that's okay. We'll see how long that stays up. We'll see after the live stream today if it gets omitted, if YouTube takes it away. But that's okay. Oh, the Stinger's pulling over, so we'll give him some space. When I stopped before, when the laptop decided to not work properly, I did try to go to the bathroom, and yeah, there was a lineup, so there was one cubicle. So I might have to stop soon again for a comfort break. Anyway, yeah, so Ototo was telling me last night his want to play at Tomorrowland over in Europe. Tomorrowland? Yeah, he was showing me videos of it last night. Looks pretty amazing. So you never know next year if he gets there. We might have to do a live stream drive through Europe. That would be awesome. The Lexus, that's the Gen 3 model. So slightly different curves to my Gen 2. They never made an ISF in the Gen 3. They did make a IS 500. They still made a V8 model. But it's just not an ISF. So we're on our way towards Coffs Harbour. We will see if there's any bypasses set up. If the bypass is, Maxie was saying stage 1 of the bypass is open now. I think that's north of Coffs Harbour, but we still have to drive through Coffs. Not sure. We'll find out. That's what these adventures are all about. Because not a lot stays the same. Roads change, cars change, people change. Yeah, this EV hybrid Hilux, to be honest, except for the stop-start technology it's got in it, drives like most of the other Hiluxes I've driven lately. We've now officially put 300, just over 300 kilometers on the clock on this new vehicle. So I'm breaking it in. I'm running it in. So Good, good piece of road. This. It is. It's almost like runway, like a concrete airport runway. It's got the same grooves in it that you'd have on a runway for water dispersion. And it's actually really smooth. It's actually really nice to drive on. Shame I can't play other music because of copyright infringement issues, but maybe I'll play that song again later. Like, later. I've got half a tank left, so I've gone, since I left, so I've done, we're a quarter of the way. Well, even less. Well, even like more than a quarter of the way. We've done 268 k's since I've left Brisbane, and maybe I should check out this rest area quickly, as a comfort break would be desirable because it'll be a couple of hours before I stop for fuel. So we will stop quickly. Plus, it's a good chance to stretch. Hopefully, there might even be a coffee cart there, says the sign. We will see. No need to slow down until you actually get to the ramp, and then there we go. Wait till you get off the motorway before you slow down. Look at these off ramps are designed so that you can slow down to 40 k's an hour. We'll go this way. Let's deactivate the stop-start technology just because I want to keep this thing running. But the key's in my pocket, so no one's going anywhere. Oh, don't tell me that froze. Come back. Let's see if we can pick up this stream again. Come on, Optus. A lot of time to think when you're out here on the motorway. I think I spend a lot of my times thinking how to make the channel better. I mean, we've only just started. Taken some ideas from some other channels and put in a car. And trying to drive across Australia. Well, you know, a little bit at a time. And I definitely think, and Middo hates me saying this, but I definitely think Starlink will be a good way to go. Especially out here on the open road where Telstra, Optus and Vodafone don't do the best job. I mean, you know. It takes a fair bit to put infrastructure in, I get it. But these are companies that earn billions of dollars. Like, I think Starlink would be awesome. Just have to work out how to use both 5G, well 4G, 5G and Starlink, like, and have a switcher so it can switch between, because obviously driving through tunnels might not be very well. Obviously Starlink's not going to work through a tunnel or whenever we're driving under anything. So like under overpasses and stuff like that shouldn't be too bad. Obviously there's a few tunnels, and things like that. So we'll have to have a switch to be able to switch between using the conventional 4 and 5G to the Starlink. But out here, Starlink's going to kick butt with the new Starlink mini antenna. I can only assume that they had it set up, because I know that that's got GPS in it. Obviously it has GPS so that the satellites know where you are. So anyway, so it knows how fast you're going, and I think they would disable the internet if you went over 10 miles an hour. But I've been reading it lately and everyone's getting super excited because they've enabled Starlink to work up to 160 kilometers an hour. That's mad. Not that I'm going to be doing 160 kilometres an hour on the public road, but easily get up to 160 on the racetrack. And if I was to live stream at a racetrack, which is going to happen, I'll definitely be taking one or two of the cars out to a racetrack to give them a good fang. And so getting over 160 will be easy. And you can mount the Starlink. If you've got a sunroof or a glass roof, you can mount the Starlink Mini underneath the sunroof. If it's a glass see-through sunroof, that is. Not like the sunroof in the Subaru SVX. You can't see through that one. Middo, sounding like an expert. In what? Starlink? All I'm saying is that once we get our... Now that's a bit close. Watch this. This guy's pulled in front of me. He's like 2 car lengths in front of me. And now my adaptive cruise control has slowed me right down. Well, slowing me down. So that's a perfect example of why you don't just cut back in front of somebody. They've got this whole open road. They could have gotten 2 seconds in front of me before they moved in front of me. There's no other cars around us. The next car behind me is like 300 meters behind me. And they literally cut me off. And therefore, the adaptive cruise control had to take over and slow me down. So, because it's thinking I'm about to crash into a car. Yeah, not cool. Yeah, Middo. It doesn't matter. You can be a semi-trailer, B-double, towing a caravan. You could be a motorcyclist. And people who do that will do it to anybody and everybody. It's like, I just don't understand. It's like, do they not understand the situation? Do they not have situational awareness? Like, if I was to do it to them, they would probably believe, oh, geez, that's a bit close, isn't it? But then yet they do it. Too many people in the world live a hypocritical life. Yeah, no, absolutely. If, for instance, they've pulled in front of you and then for some reason jump on the anchors, you're not going to stop, not when you're towing your caravan. I mean, it's only a Nissan Patrol, for Christ's sakes. Like, it can't perform miracles. Yeah. I could almost hear you laughing from here when I said that. And I know you'll respond. I know you'll be onto the keyboard super quick. If you go back to the start of the stream, Meadow, I had a taxi driver. I hadn't even left the airport area, and I had a taxi driver full on change, like was taking an off ramp and then decided to not take the off ramp, hit the brakes, and then cut me off to get back on to the road in front of me. So yeah, so that was within the first 5 minutes, I'd say. So the day started. Day started with some action straight away. I got, and then not long ago, as we got a car in the stopping lane. Is it a police car? I don't think so. Not anymore. That's a pretty old one, that one. It might have been a police car back in the day, that car. Yeah, what else? We've had somebody try to enter on an on-ramp at about 60 kilometres an hour, maybe 50, whilst the traffic was doing 110. Yeah, 6 tonnes worth of petrol and caravan. I definitely agree. Middo and I were chatting about, there's no endorsement for towing caravans or big boats or something. Like, I think, like, you can use it on weight. You can go on weight. What about axles? As we hit another wall of rain. Yeah. Caravan brakes aren't very big, and they're usually like, if you've got, what if you got a single axle or a twin axle caravan, Middo? Um, and usually, even on twin axle caravans or twin axle trailers like car trailers and boat trailers, only one axle will have brakes. And like Middo's saying, the brakes aren't there to stop the vehicle or to stop the trailer. They're there to help. They're usually hooked up to the handbrake, so when you park the trailer, they act as a handbrake. Obviously, you chock the wheels and stuff as well. And but yeah, then they're designed to help keep the trailer straight. We know if you've got a trailer and the balance isn't quite right, you can get a little bit of a tank slapper going. So if you touch the brakes, and the trailer can then help straighten both the trailer / caravan and vehicle out. Sherbert, I think that's what that number plate means. Sherbert. Yeah, anything that requires brakes, yeah. But like you said, the brakes on the trailer, they're not designed to, like, I know trailer brakes on trailers, like I drive, heavy combination. As I make sure I've got enough space from the car behind me. I don't want to cut them off. Yeah, it's single axle. Yeah, okay, 750 kilos or more. Yeah, okay, I agree. So your little 6x4 trailers and stuff like that, their max capacity is like 750. They don't have brakes and stuff like that. So obviously, sometimes you'll see them overloaded though. I swear I've seen, a ton sitting in the back of a 6x4. No, okay, it makes sense. So not going on axles, but going on GMV or GVM. Gross vehicle mass, is that what that is? $80Ks. There'll be a reason why speed has been reduced to 80 through here. 80 kilometers an hour means that you don't need to keep left unless overtaking. Smiley face on the sign. I know that you can't see what speed I'm doing, but if I pass one of those SAM signs, not that they call them SAM signs down here, but if it's frowning at me, I might get into trouble. No, I'm not towing anything. Actually, I forgot to check if this one's got a tow bar. I'll have a look next time I get out. Oh, the SRT 8 failed. Failed at what? It's the 300C Chrysler with failed number plates. Maybe it should be jailed. Could potentially get a 300C. I don't mind them. I mean, they are very American. I've never owned an American car yet. So the 300C could be the first American car. Could end up being a project. Well, I've got too many projects at the moment, so that doesn't need to happen anytime soon. I don't know that this one's got a tow bar, Middo. I haven't really checked. It might. This one hasn't been set up to go off-road. This one's like for the company, Masters Surveying. And whilst we're on that, I do need to say thank you to Masters Surveying for supplying me with some equipment. And obviously they're helping make this trip happen. The fact that the boss of Masters asked me to run it down to Wollongong for him, so I was like, well, okay, well, if I'm going to drive to Wollongong, I might as well chuck a camera and film it. The thing is, we don't have a requirement at Masters Surveying to tow trailers all that often. And when I say all that often, I mean almost never. Oh, there's a caravan getting towed by a 300 series Land Cruiser. Oh yeah, I can do 110. I'm not towing anything. You're not used to. You definitely need to look up things like how fast can you tow a caravan in New South Wales when they're over 4.5 tonne. Thank you for bringing that up, Middo. Definitely not the same in Queensland. You've got all these little rules that are different between the states. Now, I don't mind that the states operate separately, but the fact that there's different road rules in each state doesn't make sense, because it's not like a 4.5 tonne load in Queensland is any safer than a 4.5 tonne load in New South Wales. So the fact that, or is it just that drivers are worse in New South Wales and therefore they need to be ruled a little stricter? Is that why? I definitely know that Queenslanders are better at manual driving. Driving manuals, or at least owning manuals. The percentages of people in Queensland that own manuals versus the rest of the states, it's pretty cool. Proud that Queensland is keeping the manual dream alive. Yeah, I know it's stupidity. So I can understand that the road rules, not road rules, but having different road rules in each state doesn't make sense. So you can have the same road rules and they can be written in the same way. Like, for instance, keep left unless overtaking in Queensland is from 90 kilometres an hour or more, but in New South Wales it's over 80 kilometres an hour. Now, even just that writing of that rule, different between New South Wales and Queensland, confuses people. And it confused me when I first looked at it, because I thought it meant 80 and over. Like, I'm used to Queensland, it's 90 and over. I quickly read over the New South Wales and it says over 80. So most people think 80 and over, but it's not. It's 90. All right, Minnow, take care, mate. Thanks for keeping me company and talking about caravans. We might end up camping sometime. Take care, mate. Hear from you later. Oh, God, it's like... Are we struggling with connection just there? It's still struggling. I can see YouTube is trying. There we go. and then we stop. And there's the yellow line of death. Might bounce back yet. Might bounce back. Come on, YouTube. I know you're trying. Not sure if you can hear me. I know that YouTube is glitching. It's struggling. I'd say the bandwidth is quite... Well, the communications is probably struggling through this section. Not as bad as Byron, but it's keeps stop start. It's almost like a strobe, but that's okay. Is that double digits of people watching? That's crazy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, definitely like. It doesn't, literally, it doesn't hurt. Actually helps. Will help this channel grow. That's for sure. Maxi. Maxi's back. All right, Bostock Road. We haven't got to Coffs Harbour yet, mate. Unless the... Probably good, because you're an IT guru, but there's a... I've got the yellow stripe across the YouTube, which has error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. That's what that yellow line means. I mean, it's still on, and I get it. It's not smooth. I definitely would like the next time I drive Brisbane, Sydney to have Starlink and see how much different it is. Yes, Maxi, the roads are great, as in the amount of traffic on the roads at the moment is amazing. This is what I like to... This is my favourite place. Out on the open road, keeping the morons to a minimum. Don't even mind a little bit of weather here and there, as long as it's not crazy bad. All right, OBS is disconnected and reconnecting, so reconnected successfully. I swear when it says that, because the other night, when I was on State of Origin night, when I did a test, and I said, oh, OBS disconnecting, reconnecting, I swear that it was, when I went back and I watched it, that it glitched out about a minute or two before it actually said that. So I'm thinking it did it here. That's how it works. It's passing a caravan. Being hauled by a Toyota Land Cruiser. Glad Mindo's not here. He'd be offended by that. So a lot of infrastructure problems because of the bad weather. Yeah, I mean, how often do you get a cyclone in the Gold Coast? When was that? That was, I think it was mid-March. So it was 2.5 months ago. Max. Wait till I get, I need to get like the Nightbot up and running to say all of that stuff. Then you can just hit the exclamation mark. You know what to do. Right. Alright, okay. Well, I'd hate to buy it. Okay, so talking about Starlink not being suitable for streaming. I think it, well, might depend on what package as well. Like, I know that if you buy the cheap package, it's definitely not. Oopsie daisy. Right, well, I mean, that's something to check out because, I mean, there's live streaming. So, I mean, if you're out in the middle, well, I mean, so you're saying the upload isn't very good. So but not uploading? Because, I mean, this is definitely something we're going to have to check out. Hey, we might end up pioneering something, but I can definitely say in the last 6 weeks I've uploaded way more than I've downloaded, which is, I guess that's when you know you're a streamer, when you're uploading more than you're downloading. I think I've uploaded 4 times more data than I've downloaded in the last 6 weeks. I think I've uploaded 4 times more data than I've downloaded in the last 6 weeks. So, yeah, upload's not good enough. Come back to me. Yeah, it's glitching. It's dropping out. But, yep. And as I look, the yellow stripe comes up again. Yellow stripe of death. Yep, that's still there. But we're back. Right, so we're going to have to, yeah. Well, I mean, I understand. I think the difference between the router that I have and the router that the boys have is that I think Maddie said it was their routers bonded. I think that's the terminology, bonded, where all of the SIMs are uploading all at the same time. And then all of the data, like if you get bits and pieces, it can like, I'm assuming it sort of joins the packet of data up together at the other end, and it can make sort of one healthy connection. I don't, well, that's not the case with what I bought. What I've got is what I believe is a single modem inside a twin SIM router, and that if one drops out, it will kick over to the other. Which it's never really done that before. And now me and Middo, I was there watching Middo change some settings on the modem on Wednesday night to hopefully that if Telstra or if Optus drops out, it'll flip across to Telstra. But it's not done that yet, not that I've seen. It's not like stopped using SIM 1 and started using SIM 2. It's just gotten glitchy. So I definitely think I can upgrade my router to a better item. It's just they're not cheap, right? So I know even bigger now, a big box with all of these little aerials hanging off the top of. I have no idea what brand that one is. I'm assuming it's better. Yeah, I'm for pioneering too. Mate, like, if the main reason why people aren't live streaming whilst driving is because it's too hard to remain connected, I get it. But we're just going to keep working at it until we got it right. And then when other copycat channels pop up, we can watch them struggle until they get it right. Or unless they ask. You never know. I'm a nice guy. Ask me nicely. I did have a steak for breakfast. I made sure I cooked a barbecue steak breakfast before I left. But there might be some beef jerky when I stop for some fuel. So I'm down to about a third of a tank left. I'll look at the range. Which way is that? That way. My driving range is still 246 kilometres. So yeah, I think I can definitely utilize a better router. I'd be interested to know if James would lend me his older router, if he still has it available, to see if it works, and if it does, then I could purchase something similar, or if not, what he's using at the moment. I'm assuming it's going to be expensive, but I'd hate to buy something, well, I'd hate to buy something again that was expensive and didn't work. That would suck. But if the channel gets bigger, then, well, I mean, when the channel gets bigger, got to be thinking positive. When the channel gets bigger, to be able to approach a business and say, hey, I'm really keen to try this product. Would you give us a trial period or something like that to see how well it works? And if it works, we'll buy it, or you could donate it, and you can sponsor the channel. Yeah. I understand live streaming, staying connected, depends where you are. That's why well, I mean, it's like no one's really doing it, right? Even the people that have driving channels will pre-record it and then upload it later when they've got a good connection. What copycat channel? I mean, if you're talking about when Maddie drove from the loop down the road, That was really good. That was a really good. A really good footage. I know it was only driving from Acacia Street Loop down to like airside services or whatever it is, and the fact that the camera the cameras they're using like awesome cameras for plane spotting. Obviously, I don't need to use cameras that awesome to do what we're doing here. 4K would be good though. 4K would be good. Well, Max, I see what you're writing about. There's any number of options for getting equipment to test. Yeah, like this is... Just need to get to a point where we okay, here's a piece of equipment. We think this is going to work. Like, for instance, Starlink. We could say, okay, we need to get Starlink, but we need to be on the highest... we might need to be on the highest plan because we'll get more bandwidth that way. If that's the case. Once the channel's self-supporting and can afford it, yeah, awesome. Don't mind trying that. But you don't want to buy the equipment if you don't need it. Like, I don't... Well, actually, I am building a motorhome. I could definitely use the Starlink on my motorhome. So it's not like I'd be buying it for... And then if it doesn't work for streaming, I'd still use it. So that's not a problem. Oh, copycat live streaming in Perth. Interesting. Well, I mean, are they copycatting? Because have they seen mine? And then, I mean, it's only a copycat if they've seen what I'm doing, and now they're trying to do the same thing. Definitely let me know in our group chat what the channel is, mate. I'm definitely keen to check it out and see what they're doing. The other thing is too, if you got heaps of money, you could just buy anything you wanted at the start and just test every day until you got it right. Here I am testing like once or twice a week. Yeah, 100%. If we're gonna, that's definitely gonna happen. Like, to do a live stream from across Australia. So there was one guy, Max. I don't know if you saw it. And when I was researching this, there was a guy in America who live streamed driving across the states, and he did it as a fundraiser to raise money. I think his kid needed surgery for something, and he needed to raise like maybe $30,000-$40,000. So he live streamed and drove across America, and it was just, I think he had a camera. Like, we'll do it eventually. Have a camera inside the vehicle as well. I was thinking about doing it for this trip, but again, traveling light. But and I believe he totally hit his mark, and his child got surgery and all that sort of stuff. And I believe he live streamed back from one side of the country to the other as well. So, and that was like really one of the only cross-country live streams or actual live streaming whilst driving that I've ever seen. All right, Max, I don't know where those two places are without like stopping and Googling them. I can't even pronounce them. It's hard when you don't know if it's an I or an L because they all look the same. Anyway, But you're absolutely right. Live streaming in the outback is definitely something the channel's going to do in the future for sure. But we're going to make an event of it. We're going to make it an adventure. We'll gear up. We'll test. We'll test whatever we're going to use, Starlink or whatever it is that we're using, and we'll give it a go. We might have to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I I I just remember he had a camera like facing, like sitting on like the right hand side of the vehicle, looking back at him. I remember watching him like eating chips, like he's stopping at servos, this, that, whatever. I don't know that he used much equipment. I think he might have just used his iPhone or something, or